Hey guys, welcome back to the vlog. Here's Mara.
Hi guys, welcome back to our video. Today we are going to the store. If you haven't went in the snow, tomorrow's your day. I think it's gonna be, if you went in the snow, subscribe to our video, and yeah. But if you're sick, you cannot go in the snow. My mom is sick. She hasn't been going in the snow, but we're gonna try to make it to the grocery store.
Today is January 27th, and for the last couple days, the kids have been out of school because of this whole snow and ice storm that's been going on. Get out of my purse. This whole ice and snowstorm.
Can I please have some gum?
Not necessarily snowstorm, but just ice everywhere across the world, right? Move.
Can I please have some gum?
So the kids have been home from school. Today is Tuesday. They're gonna be off. They're gonna be off tomorrow, Wednesday.
Yay!
Last Thursday, I went to the grocery store and got some things, but so you have a 17-year-old athlete and a hyperactive child who likes to eat as well, and then you have Big Mama. So all of this stuff all of this stuff I bought is almost gone. So I gotta go back to the store, and the roads are still not clear.
Today I've been good, and my tummy was hurting today.
Okay, she won't tell y'all that. So I have no choice. I was gonna try to do a pickup, but that's completely she don't want me to vlog because she just keep interrupting. I was gonna do a pickup order, but I still would have to go to the store, and I don't want to. I feel bad for if I wanted to do like an Uber or a Spark or whatever through Walmart and have someone deliver it to me. I just would feel bad. I'm like, it wouldn't be fair for me to, get someone to bring the groceries to me, and I should just go get it myself and put someone through that hassle. I don't know. It's just I felt bad. Try to order some groceries and have someone to bring it to me with these slippery roads. So I said, I'll do the dirty work myself. I'm sick. I have a hole in my mouth, and I have my retainer at the bottom. So if I sound crazy, that's why. I've been sick throughout this whole, staying in the house. The kids been working my nerve. I still have to work. I'm not resting. I wish I could, but I'm not resting. So, guys, where is her hair? Where's the front of... Where's her edges? What did you do with the front of her hair?
I don't know what happened.
My God. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see this again. You bogus. You are... Y'all, look at this. What did you do to this girl's head?
Nothing.
You snatched out the front of her head. Did your dolls have a fight? Here. Anyway, so we're about to go to Walmart, me and the kids, and slide our way up there. Hopefully they have... When I went the last time... when I went, actually, it was quite a bit. Would you stop throwing stuff in there? When I went, it was quite... Where you going? No, you're not bringing the car up here, Josiah. Bring my keys. Josiah! Okay, so... Girl, come on. So, Texas they're not prepared for weather like this. So, there's no liquid ice. There's no salt. There's no plows. There's no nothing. Like, literally, you're riding on ice. So, oh, Lord, help us, Lord. I'm too big to be sitting here falling on my butt. Children, come on. Let's go.
Yeah, I have a break there.
Let's go, Amara. Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? Amara, come on. Okay, so... I'm in Aldi's right now. It is a little bare in here, but let's see what we can get. I'm just gonna get a few things from here. I got the honey wheat bread. I got some fruit already. I need to get some sausage and some tortilla. I'm gonna make some rotel dip today. Oh, I need some coffee. I definitely need me some coffee. I got me some creamer at home, but I don't have any coffee. Where is... Don't let me forget the coffee, y'all. we also need some snacks for the kids. A couple chips, you know. Okay, so Aldi still has quite a bit of things, so that is good. I'm actually getting most of my stuff here from Aldi's. With all these chips, you would think I'm having a party, but I'm making some Rotel dip today. Josiah want to try it with the lime chips. I don't know why, but whatever. So I just got to get a few more things and I should be done out of here. Do y'all ever go to the store and you have a list, but you're still grabbing stuff that's off the list? I'm not sticking to the plan. My favorite two juices, guava mango and kiwi strawberry. Love, love, love. I'm pretty much getting every single thing from Aldi's, which is great. Okay, so we made it to Walmart, and as you guys can see,
Hi.
looking a little bare. Looking a little bare.
Look at her, girl.
But luckily, I got everything that I need. I think I need to get like maybe 4 things from Walmart.
No, not 4.
So I got everything I needed, but I really need some meat from here. So hopefully they got some ground beef.
Ew, what the?
That's the primary thing I need.
What's that?
Look at that. Ooh, baby, they came in here and racked up, honey.
They have nothing.
Come on.
Nothing.
Of course, everything is gone. No fucking ground beef. Excuse my language. I just want some ground beef. Let me see if they got some. Probably not over here, but let me see. I just really want some ground beef. Now I gotta go back to Aldi's and get some ground beef. Damn. I feel like I'm going back. I already bought some milk.
So JoJo's right.
They cleaned out. Look at this.
Did
That's
they take it
the
all?
eggs. They cleaned this out.
No, did they take it all?
Yeah. Okay, so that was a real quick trip to Walmart because they didn't have nothing. They didn't have not even no ground beef. They didn't have anything. So now I gotta go back to Walmart. I mean, back to Aldi's and get the meat.
I need to tell you something.
Whatever. All these stuff come on here. You wanna help with something? You wanna help push that car?
Mommy, I need to tell you something.
Okay, so I sent Josiah in there to get 2 things. Let's pray he gets the right stuff. But this is what I want to talk about. Since when has Aldi's had parking spaces this close? See, when it gets snow on the ground, y'all just start parking all kind of willy-nilly. These are not parking spaces to you two. It's not parking spaces. Like, what are we doing here? Like, they really just parked all kind of crazy. Okay, so we're back at home, and my lovely daughter here.
Hi guys, so when we were at Aldi's, it didn't really go well because we went again, and this man, he parked somewhere at Aldi's. It was a snow out there, and he got stuck. So my lovely brother, my annoying brother, he decided to help him, and I was crying because I thought we were going to do it too. I thought we were going to get stuck too, but luckily we did it. So subscribe to Jesus, comment on his...
Subscribe to Jesus? I mean,
Yeah.
that's always a good thing.
Subscribe to our channel and stay tuned and have a lovely, lovely day and stay warm.
Yes, son. That was a perfect ending to the vlog, baby, but we're not ending it just yet. Okay, so Amara is helping me in putting away the stuff we got
I
from
did
Aldi's.
most of it.
I was just
Cheetos?
getting
Have some Cheetos?
no, because I'm about to cook.
Look, Mommy, but it's gonna take forever. You take forever.
It's not. You got some fruit. I got some fruit. I got some more eggs. Got my coffee. Got some cinnamon rolls. Okay, so y'all, I have been really on this hold on. I have really been on this whole
eating
Facebook recipe thing. I've been cooking some meals from Facebook and some treats, some sweets, I mean.
What is this?
It has just, oh my God. So I want to make some peach cobbler cinnamon rolls. It's like my 3rd time making them. And I want to make some rotel today. I made this. This is like a chicken noodle. It looks nasty, yes. But when I tell you, this turned out so good. I'm so proud of myself. The seasoning, I'm so proud of myself. It's like a chicken noodle soup. No. Me and Josiah loved it. It was so good, y'all. I put my foot and my ankle in this, okay?
The chicken is disgusting. It's like this.
She's a picky eater, so don't mind her.
I don't even like the chicken because like the chicken is like so like hot and spicy.
It's not. It's like, a little seasoning. Like, it's so good, y'all. My God.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna have that. Did you wash that off? Mm-mm. You need to wash your fruit off. Okay. I need to put some of this stuff up and start cooking because
I don't wash fruit.
It is 8:30. Yes, it is pretty late, but I don't get out till 5:30, and you know we have to drive real slow so we can still live. So let me get this together. Luckily, I don't have. They called off school tomorrow, Wednesday, so I don't have to get up really early, so I can kind of sleep in. I guess one of the great things. Hold on. Anyway, so I guess one of the great things about the kids being at home is that I don't have to get up early. I've been able to sleep in a little bit, which has been great. Because usually I get up early to take Amara to daycare. And then they bus her to her elementary school. But I haven't needed to get up to do so. So that's one of the great perks about them not having school. But of course, when you're a stay-at-home, when you work from home, you know, that's your time to have peace away from the kids. So with them being home while you still have to work.
So, I went to the dentist one time.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, Amara went to the dentist and she got a tooth pulled.
So go check in the Greenwich family and
I didn't record anything. I didn't make a video. Sorry. I mean, you didn't want them all in your mouth. Yeah, she got her tooth pulled, y'all. Anyway, I don't want to be up all night, so let me get it going. Hold on, we'll be back. Okay, so we are done with the rotel. That is finished. And now I am about to add the peaches and stuff to the peach cobbler. Okay, so pretty much, if you want me to list the recipe or actually link, yeah, I'll try if I remember, editing Simone, to link the video that I got this recipe from. But it's pretty much very, very simple. You just get a bunch of peaches, get you some nutmeg. It's pretty much the seasonings that you make or the ingredients that you make with sweet potatoes. It's the nutmeg. I don't know what she's doing. It's the nutmeg, cinnamon, vanilla extract, and brown sugar. Put all that, mix this all up with the peaches. Put some whipping cream on top and the bottom. I'll show you right now. I kind of messed up the last time. I messed up real bad. I think I put too much whipping cream and it did not turn out right. So this time I'm just going to put, she said originally, the very first time I made it perfect. So she said just put enough
She made it perfect.
Cover the bottom. So I'm trying not to get a lot.
Is that going to last us?
Okay, so that should be enough. I'm just going to keep it like that. That should be enough. So just enough to cover the bottom. And then I'm going to put the peaches on top. So hold on. Okay, so this is how it looks before it goes in the oven. This time, I want to say, I think I said I made it about maybe 3 times. The very first time I made it, it came out perfect, okay? The second time, I think I had too much juice. And then the third time, which is the last time I made it, I put too much milk, too much heavy whipping cream. So I only poured a little bit, as you guys seen. And because I think in the ingredients, she said pour enough to cover the cinnamon rolls. So I just put enough to do that. And then this time I did not put as much juice because I don't want the cinnamon rolls to be dry with fruit on it, right? So you kind of just got to get it kind of right where it's moist, but it's not too soupy. And the last time, oh my God, it was just so, my son wouldn't even eat it. The very first time he was maxing it, and then when I started making it the second and third time, he was like, "No, ma'am." So yeah, so this is what it looks like. Hopefully, it turns out right. It'll rise and all that. That's what the heavy whipping cream is for. It'll rise and all that stuff. So hopefully, it turns out right.
Will you give me my medicine?
And then we'll eat, and we'll put the icing on top of it. Good morning, guys. All right, so it's the next day. It's like 6:46 a.m. What's this, Thursday? Wednesday? Is it Wednesday? I think it's Wednesday. January 28th. And I'm up. I should have slept in, but because the kids don't have to go to school once again. But I forgot to update y'all on the cinnamon rolls last night. I don't know what I've been doing, but this is the fourth time now, the last 3 times. Because the only time I really made it great was the very first time I told y'all. These last 3 times I have been messing it up, and this time I messed it up again. It did not come out right. It looked nasty. I didn't even want to show y'all. I'm just so mad. So I think I'm going to take a break from making it. I don't know if I thought I put less cream in there, or less whipping cream in there. I thought I didn't put as much juice, like, what is it? Peaches, right? I thought I put less juice in there. Next time, I'm just going to put, I guess, less cream again, whipping cream, and maybe drain the peaches. I can't remember if I drained the peaches the first time. I don't know what I did the first time that I made it perfect. I don't know. I gotta go, because the recipe is simple, so I don't go back to the video. I've seen the video a couple times. There's really nothing for me to miss. I just think it's the measurements, and maybe I'm just not draining the peaches. But like I said, can't remember if I drained the peaches the last time. I don't know. But I was so mad because that's a waste of money. Anyway, is there something in here? I'm about to make me some hot coffee. I don't really drink hot coffee like that at all. I don't drink hot stuff, like hot coffees, hot teas, only when I'm sick. And as you guys can hear, if you can hear me, I am still sick. I'm getting over it, but I'm still stopped up. So this is when I'm in the mood for some hot stuff. But, sorry. I'm so irritated this morning. Because, let me wash my cup out. Hold on, y'all. So, I woke up this morning. So, you guys know, I believe I told you guys on here, but I finally was able to get Social Security for Amar, right? And so, with that, first of all, it wasn't a piece of cake as I thought it would be once they actually approved her, right? So anyway, one of the things was you have to set up I don't know if this is just Texas, I don't know, but you have to set up a completely separate account for the back pay money, right? Because I filed maybe like 2 years prior to them approving her. I think I filed back in 2023. They didn't approve her until 2025. So within those 2 years, they paid me back pay. And then that's separate from the monthly pay. If y'all see my neck shine, it's because I got, what is it called? Every time I get on here, I can't remember nothing. What is it called? Vic Sav. Y'all still use that? So you have to have my monthly pay, the monthly amount that I get for her is deposited into my regular primary bank account, and then I had to set up another bank account completely separate. Well, that it's a separate bank account, but it's still under my banking that I bank with. One of my banks is Bank of America, because I wanted to be able to see everything, right? I tried to do it with Chase because I have an account with Chase, but the way I set it up at first, because this is why I say it was not it wasn't a piece of cake setting it up. Well, doing this whole thing, because the guy told me, who approved her, he told me I had to set up a separate account specifically for her. So I'm thinking it was a child's account, right? Because they have a children's account. accounts. So I went to Chase, set up a child's account. They tried to deposit, get this. So they couldn't deposit, because it's a couple thousand that they owe me, right? They couldn't deposit all of that at one time, which is what I thought they were going to do. No, I guess per Texas law, they have to divide it up, right? Every 6 months, mind you. So I got the one payment back in July. Now I have to wait 6 months from that, which I believe is this month, to get the second payment. And then I think the final payment 6 months from now. Ridiculous. So I had to set up an account. So I set the account up. I set a child's account with Chase. Well, come to find out, with that particular account, they don't allow deposits. So when they tried to deposit the money, they couldn't. So I'm like, well, what's going on? I thought it was something going on the Social Security side. No, it's the account that I set up. I'm like, well, he told me I had to get a child's account. So I said, forget it. I just applied for a regular Bank of America account, and just went with it, right? It worked. It was fine. I'm like, well, I could have just did this in the first place. So I set that up. You can't have any deposits from that account. You can't have any withdrawals. You can't do any of that, right? And they also have access to the account because you have to give them the banking and routing number and stuff. You can't do anything, right? So I had it set up. I go online. Well, I go to my, every morning I get up, I check my emails, I check my bank accounts, make sure, my $2 is still in there, right? And so I noticed that her account wasn't there anymore, right? I'm like, well, what the hell? What? Sometimes because I look on my mobile banking, right? Because I have the app. So sometimes, if you have Bank of America, you can set it up to where you don't have to completely log in. You can just see your bank accounts once you do your Face ID or whatever, right? So I don't always log in. I just like to make sure what I seen last night was the same this morning, right? But I noticed her particular account wasn't on there. So I'm just like, where is her stuff? I'm like, okay, well, let me just log completely in and maybe I'll see it. Didn't see it. I'm like, what the hell? Now I noticed because you can't touch or withdraw or anything or deposit anything in there, right? Because the state and the government is nosy, right? So if I'm depositing money to cover like fees, right? Because you have to keep it's a regular account, so you have to keep a certain amount in there. When they charge you fees because you don't have anything deposited in there or a certain amount left in the account, you get fees, right? So if I was to transfer money from my account to that account, they could be nosy. Where you get this money from? What account is this? You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't finna do all that, right? So I just left that account sitting, and whatever fees it occurred because I didn't keep money or I didn't keep a certain amount in there, I just let it be. Because again, I don't want them in my business. They told me don't have nothing withdrawn from there. Don't, unless you're like paying a bill or something that's for her, like if I'm doing therapy, certain classes that help with her autism, the money is for anything that goes to her autism. So if she's doing therapy, if she's doing swim classes, if she's doing something that is an assistance to her diagnosis, you can use the money for that. Although you have to get permission. Crazy work, okay? But I gotta wash this out. But, although you have to get permission and stuff. So I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to leave it in there, right? And whenever they deposit the second amount, it'll be money in there, take away the fees. So I noticed yesterday, because it was like maybe 3 $12 fees. I noticed yesterday that there was a credit for the fees. I'm like, did Bank of America credit the account? Okay. I was wondering why, how. I know the state is not going to do that. So I'm like, okay, maybe they just, I don't know, maybe they seen it was a Social Security's account, so they just credit it, maybe, because sometimes some special accounts have certain, like, I have a child's account for Josiah until he turns 18 with Bank of America. He doesn't accrue any fees, right? There's no certain amount he has to keep in that account because he's under 18. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe because she has a Social Security account, maybe, they credit or something, because it's a special account. I don't know. But I'm like, okay, I'll let it go. I'm like, okay, whatever, you know, I'll take my blessings, whatever. And then this morning, I noticed it's not there. So now I'm thinking they may have closed it. I didn't get no emails. I didn't get no emails. I didn't get any letters in the mail. Nothing. Okay, nothing. So I'm just like, well, maybe they closed it because there was no money. Because again, I don't touch the account. The money that was in there, the first deposit, I used it. I used it all, right? So I just left it alone. I don't really monitor that account like that. There's nothing in there. I don't touch it because they told me not to, right? So I'm just like, okay, well, maybe they closed it because there was no action on the account and because it had some fees or whatever. So maybe they closed it. But if that's the case, still, why didn't you say anything to me and let me know, hey, if you don't, you know, keep any money in this, to close it, that you were going to close it? I'm like, what the hell? So they open at right on the dot. They open at 7. The bank opened at 7. Phone lines. So I'm about to call them and figure out what the hell is going on. Oh, dang, I need more water. Hold on, y'all. Anyway, I'm about to call them and figure out what the heck is going on. I think that's why they closed it. But like I said, even if that's the reason, why didn't y'all say anything to me about it? Why didn't y'all tell me you were going to close it? I got no information. Now, if that is the case, because I highly doubt once they close an account, they're going to reopen it. I highly doubt that. So now I am going to have to unless there's some, listen, it's been a lot of stuff going on with this administration. There's a lot of companies that's been going down. TikTok been acting up. We think they took away the monetization ability on TikTok, and I'm monetized on TikTok. So I don't know what's going on. So I'm like, maybe it could be a glitch, but then why just that account and not the others? Which I guess I should be grateful that the others are not affected. I don't know. Y'all, I don't know what's going on in this world, in this day and age. I don't know. I don't trust nothing. But I need to figure out what's going on. But if that's the case where they closed it because of that reason, then I have to reopen another account, which is not, it's not tedious, right? Because when I opened her account, I just did it online. They approved me. It was like maybe 10 minutes. So that's not the issue. I will have to call the Social Security office, let them know what happened, and when they deposit. First of all, I gotta find out when they're gonna deposit the second amount, and give them the new information. So it's not a hard process. It's not a tedious process. It's just, yet again, something else on my plate that I don't feel like taking care of. Another hurdle, another issue, and I got other issues I need to, you know, resolve. And I don't need this, you know? So I'm about to call them, y'all. I'm gonna call y'all back and figure out what's going on. I wanted to let you guys know, give you an update before I forget. So I talked to the bank. They closed it. They closed it because there were because there were fees. And there's been some fees on there for quite a few months. They closed it. And I'm like, okay, if that's the case, then my thing is this, right? I understand because there were fees, there were, I don't know, they're not withdrawal fees, they're not insufficient funds fees. It's pretty much, you know, if you're an adult and you know banking or whatever, you have your bank. So depending on the type of bank that you sign up for, you have to keep a certain amount in the bank, or you have to have direct deposit, right? It's either a certain amount you have to keep in there or direct deposit to avoid fees, right? And I believe I just explained this in a few clips ago, but I got a regular bank account because the other accounts, it didn't allow deposits if I was to get her a child account. Child accounts, you avoid any kind of fees because they're child accounts, but they wouldn't allow deposits, right? So I tried that for Chase, and I believe I looked into, it's called a Safe Advance or something like that for Bank of America. When I'm looking at something, I do my research, okay? So there's a reason why I signed up for a regular bank account, because there had to be a reason why I couldn't get a safe child account to deposit fees. To deposit money. Anyway, so yes, I'm aware that if you don't keep a certain amount or you don't have direct deposit, you gain fees. I get that part. But my thing was, I'm more so upset that they didn't send me any kind of email or or letter stating they're going to close the account. That was my big issue. And so I asked the guy, I said, well, y'all don't send out any notifications, say, hey, you're going to close your account, because I get notifications from Chase. I have two accounts with Chase. One of the accounts, again, I don't keep a lot in there, right? I like literally recently, maybe a couple days ago, they sent me an email saying, hey, you got to start making some deposits or put some money in there. And if you're wondering, like, why you got so many accounts and you don't keep nothing in there, I just like to have a lot of options, if you will, especially with banking. Also, I open up separate accounts for my kids, and kind of just this was even when Josiah was like younger. I opened up, my whole thing was I wanted to open up an account for my kids and start saving for them early in their childhood for college. So I've always had several accounts open. They may not be a lot of money in there, but I keep some open, just if I need to shift some things around, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I have them open. But I recently got a letter, literally a couple days ago from Chase saying, hey, we need you to put some money in here if you want to use it. Cool. So with closing an account, you would think they would definitely send you an email letting you know, hey, like, we're about to close your stuff if you're not doing nothing with it. And again, like I said, because I'm not trying to mess up anything with, the Social Security or, anything like that. So I'm trying to abide by the rules of what they prefer you not to do or what they prefer you to do when it comes down to that account. Because again, my back pay is thousands, okay? So I'm trying to make sure I get my money. So that's why I could have easily covered the fee. It's a $12 fee. I could have easily covered the fee each time, but again, I didn't want them to come back and say, hey, we noticed, because again, they have access to that bank information for them to deposit the money. I don't know what Social Security is going to do. I don't know if they go around and linger into your account, make sure you're spending the money correctly, because again, you have to spend the money on certain things. You can't spend it for whatever you want to spend it for. To me, that's crazy, but whatever, right? So I'm trying to make sure I am abide by the rules, because I don't know what they're going to do, right? I don't know what they can be looking for. I don't know what they can be questioning for. I keep all my receipts of what I'm spending money for regarding to her. So I'm trying to make sure I abide by the rules and as much as possible. And, I don't want to mess up nothing. So I didn't deposit no money into it to cover the fee, because I didn't know if they're going to say, hey, and they said you cannot withdraw, you can't transfer any other money into that account. They said that to me. So that's why I didn't do anything. And I at least thought in the back of my mind, if something happens to where I'm not touching the account, at least Bank of America is going to send me a notice, of what I need to do to keep that account active. They didn't do any of that. So therefore, it's closed. Right? That's that. Call the Social Security office. It's still not a tedious process, but I have to go up there, which is what I had to do before. I now have to go up there and provide them with the new information of the account that I'm going to open. The thing is, they open during the same time I start work. And here in Texas, which I said this, I believe, on one of my, I think I said it on my Greenwich Family TikTok. I think I may do a pros and cons of Texas, because there are some things that they do here that I'm just like, what? And one of those things is their hours. All hours of operation is during work hours. There's no earlier times. There's really no later times, depending on what you're trying to do. I think I said this before in this video as well, or on this channel. So it's just like when I need to do something, it's always during the times of when I'm working. They don't really, depending on what you're trying to do, they don't really open up early. They don't stay late. There's no weekend hours. It's like, my God, like y'all have to work. We got to work too. So I have to take off PTO to go up there to show you my ID, to show you the new information. They don't do it online. Why? I don't know. So I told them the information, what I need, what's going on. She said, I got to come up to the office, yada, yada, yada. She did give the option because, now this is the thing though, not only do I have to come up there, their offices are now closed because of the inclement weather, right? Here in Texas and everywhere else, the weather has been trash. It's been icy roads. It's been unsafe. So a lot of the states have been declaring, a state of emergency or whatever because of the weather. So they're closed. On top of that, they're supposed to, like I told you guys before, they're supposed to distribute the second half of her back pay this month. So now I have a closed account. We don't know when you're supposed to deposit the money because I asked her about that. She said she don't see an exact date. It may still be under review. However, it is supposed to be released because it's been 6 months. So it's supposed to be released this month. Don't know when that is. Have a closing account. And I have to go up there to show you guys the new information for the new account that I'm going to open. Lord, what else do you have for me? Because what? I'm just like, so she told me, she said that I can try to fax in the information. Once I get the new account, I can try to fax it in or email it in and see what they say. And then, push come to shove. If that's not doable, then, they'll let me know if I need to come up there or not. So I'm hoping and praying. I think the last time there was something where I needed to go up to the office and she just allowed me to change the information over the phone. So I am just going to hope and pray, due to the weather, they go ahead and allow me to change it when I send in the information. I pray it works. I don't know. Because luckily she did say, if they were to deposit the money before I'm able to get the account changed, it'll just bounce back to them and then they'll just deposit it once I get the correct information and I get a new bank information. Start time is so I don't know, y'all. I'm just like, I don't need this. I got so much, to worry about. I have not been able to do my Amazon Flex or even DoorDash if I wanted to because of the weather. Like I told my mom the other day, the only one good thing about this, the weather and everybody staying at home, is that I get to, catch up on some sleep. I don't have to get up as early. I think I told you guys that. I don't have to get up as early because I get to sleep in, but that also stops me from having my peace when I'm, working. And then too, just being able to make my extra money. Unfortunately, at this time, I do rely on my Amazon Flex and my DoorDash. So that's just like regular work. Like if you don't work and you ain't got no PTO, you missing out. You're not getting paid for hours that you're out. So it does kind of mess up a lot. I'm trying to look at it in a better light, the best way I can, but it just sucks. So, and I was trying to tell myself, you know what, just don't make a big fuss about it. Just do what you have to do. I'm trying to have a new way of thinking. I'm trying to tell myself, okay, listen, it's not that huge of a deal. Just sign up a new account. If you got to go up there, just go up there, just get it done, whatever. Just try not to freak out. Look at the brighter side. Look at the bigger picture. I'm trying not to, but it's just like, this is something I just don't need. I could have avoided this had I known and felt like I could have done something. Meaning if I wasn't told that you can't transfer money into the account, I would have been covered the fee. But again, I'm telling y'all, the way that this whole process was not what I expect. To be honest with you, it was just not what I expect. And I'm not saying I was looking forward to the money to go splurge or nothing like that, but I was absolutely looking towards getting the money and being able to spend the money freely for, bills and things that she needed, clothes and, just things for her. It wasn't for me. It wasn't to go get my nails done. It wasn't to do any of that. It was to really do a lot. I wanted to get her back in ABA therapy. I wanted to do some other activities for her, go back into swimming. I wanted to do a lot of things for her with that money because it's for her. And when they told me the restrictions, when they told me what I could and could not do with it, when they told me how often they would distribute the money, it's not one big lump sum, I was like, it just completely shifted everything. And I was just like, what? I was so frustrated. I was so frustrated. I told myself, was it even worth it? Because I was really looking forward to getting that money to do what I needed to do for her. And when I couldn't do that, I was irritated, to say the least. So, it's just been, for the last couple of months since I got everything settled, it's just been fine. It's been quiet, but it's just not what I expect. And so when you're dealing with the government or you're dealing with the state, they put you through hell and hot water. They put you through hoops in order to assist you and help you. And that's the frustrating thing. It's like you got to prove that you're in dire need. But I wouldn't be in dire need had y'all set the system up correctly. But that's a whole nother story. But, it's frustrating. And this is why not saying I'm too good, but this is why I've always been a person that never really wanted to need any type of government assistance or help. I don't pride myself on that. You know what I'm saying? Not saying I'm ashamed, but I've never been a person that pride myself on being on government assistance. If I don't have to, I'm not. I enjoy being productive and working hard for what I want and what I need, and being able to say, you worked hard to do that. You earned that. Not saying that people who are on assistance don't earn anything, but it's like when you need the help, especially from the government and the state of where you pay taxes to, right? Even though Texas, you don't pay state taxes. I'm just saying I pay taxes in general. And the fact that we have to jump through hoops to get assistance, to give back money that we've already paid into, okay? It's frustrating. And that's a whole nother story. I know I kind of went off on a tangent, but I just don't like this process. I don't. Like I've always said, God, just give me the tools that I need to do what I have to do for my children, and I'll leave everybody alone, because I don't like this. I'm a person, I don't like to ask for help anyway. So but looking forward to the government or the state to help sucks. So yeah, that's that on that. But I'm going to, luckily, hopefully still, I'm able to get another account, sign up for another account online. It was a breeze the first time, so hopefully it'll be a breeze this time. I'm hoping that because of the weather is jacked up, I can milk that and I don't have to go into anywhere. And that they are aware, obviously they're aware, of the weather. So a lot of the companies are rescheduling things. Oh, I didn't tell you guys about Josiah's permit. So much stuff. This may be a chatty vlog, but I'm sorry. I'm trying to be consistent and give y'all something. So Josiah we do have an appointment for him to get his permit. They had to reschedule that because of the weather. We were actually supposed to have the appointment yesterday, but they rescheduled. Now we have this new appointment on the 5th of February, which reminds me, now I have to get another VOE letter, which is a letter from his school stating when they're under 17 or under 18 or so. I think it's under 17. You have to get a VOE letter, which is pretty much a letter from the school confirming that he goes to a public school and that he has perfect attendance. We got that the first time, because I think I didn't tell you guys this either. We initially tried to get his permit a couple weeks ago, but because we didn't have an appointment, we couldn't do it. So I had to make an appointment because I had some other things. I think I took him to a specialist for his teeth. And so I had a couple hours of PTO, so I was trying to fit everything that I could. I tried to fit some things in, or maybe that was another day, I don't know, but I was trying to fit a few things in, and I was like, let me just try to go up to the department, the public of safety or whatever department, and see if I could, get some stuff done. Well, they couldn't see us because we didn't have an appointment. So actually, before I went to the office, I did make an appointment. But I was trying to see, okay, let me see if I can go in person and get it done, and maybe I don't have to go to that appointment. I couldn't. They couldn't see me because it's only appointment only. So we end up waiting for tomorrow or yesterday's, but they canceled it because of the weather. So now that's rescheduled. When I tell you it's a lot, it's just a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot, not even necessarily just parenting, but it's just a lot to get things done in life. And I don't understand why it has to be this hard. I don't know if this is one thing I've noticed. Maybe it's because when I was in Illinois, my son wasn't a teenager, so I didn't have to experience these things. I don't know if it's that or if it's just Texas just makes things very hard to obtain, and it's frustrating. You have to go through hoops and hot water to get permits and documentations, and it's just a lot. It's just like, my God, you would think this would be the safest place to drive, given all of the things you have to go through to obtain a license and a permit. It's tons of accidents. Y'all, expressways are minimum 70 speed limit. Let's start there. Why are we driving 70? Coming from a speed limit in Illinois where the highway, the minimum was 50, y'all driving 70, y'all got tons of accidents everywhere all day. So you would think us having to jump through hoops and hot water to get all of this information as if this was the safest place to drive. It's still a wreck, literally. So what are we doing all this for? Because it's not working. I don't know. I'm just going on a tangent. I'm just irritated. It's just a lot. And I think I'm irritated also because I'm having to take off time from work to do these things. I think I've expressed this before on here where I just feel like working, even though I am blessed and I am, I'm blessed and I'm appreciative of my job. I've said this many times before. I just think working, it just gets in the way of life. And I mean, also because I'm a single parent, so I'm the person that has to keep, going over here, going over here, going over here, going over here to handle everything. It's just a lot. It's a lot on me, not having the help to assist in doing things, not having someone to, and I'm not saying having a lover, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying having the responsible parties, if you know what I mean, assist in taking care of these things with me. Not having that help, it is frustrating. And so I'm having to be the one to jump through hoops doing every single thing. So I don't know. It is what it is. I'm trying to handle the cards I was dealt with, or I was, left with by default. And I'm not trying to complain, but it is frustrating. And I just still look forward to the day where all of this pays off. So anyway, I'm done with my rant. I'm sorry for the chatty video. I just wanted to update you guys. I'm sure I'm missing something on other things we have done, but I'll try to remember throughout. And yeah, I'm going to end the vlog here, guys. I thank you so much for calling. Thank you so much for calling in. Thank you so much for continuing to follow us, y'all. We're almost at 1,000. I'm going to do my best to be consistent because I really do want to be monetized on this channel by the end of this year. We're going to speak that into existence. We're almost at 1,000. So let's continue to subscribe, share, and like. Comment. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know your feedback. If you just want to say hi, I'm going to do my very, very best. Okay, one last thing. I seen this video from Kevin on stage, and he was talking. It was perfect timing because it was exactly what I needed to see. He was talking about how there are so many out of maybe like hundreds and hundreds of videos that he upload a year. Out of those videos, he's probably only excited for like 20 to 25 of them. He says a lot of the times he does not feel like uploading videos. He does not feel like making videos, but it's something he has to do in order to sustain the lifestyle that he lives. So he said, even if you don't feel like it, even if you don't want to, you have to push yourself. don't wait for the perfect time. There was another video I came across of his where he was talking about people waiting for the perfect time. You're waiting for how you look. You're waiting for getting better clothes, getting better camera lighting. You're waiting for the perfect time to start uploading and posting and making a video, whatever it may be. It may not be content creating, but whatever it is, you're trying to wait for the perfect time, and that's not how it works. And it was just like, I've seen a lot of those videos before, and I'm telling myself, these are conversations from God that he's telling you, do it. Get out of this funk, because that's where I'm at. Like, I know what I need to do. I have several opportunities to help my situation. I do. I have several opportunities at my hand to help my situation. I am just stuck in this rut where I just cannot move because I'm so worried about my finances. And I have to find the motivation. I have to find the courage, the confidence to just get up and still move. That is my frustration. And that's something I have to pray about. You know, asking God to still give me the ability and the motivation to move through the stress, to move through the frustration, to move through the uncertainty, right? That is hard for me. I think I told you guys before in a previous video, I'm a type of person where if it's something that is on my mind or something that I need to fix, I cannot move until I fix that. And I know that is bad. That is a bad thing to do. I need help being able to move, even though I'm stuck mentally, financially, physically. I need to still move. And this is why I'm forcing myself to still upload, to still be productive, right? I have certain monetizations on my channels, but I'm not being active, or I'm not continuing to be active on all platforms because I'm frustrated, or I'm having to do my side job, so that take away from me recording my podcast. I'm super excited about my podcast, but I haven't posted a video since December 17th. I have to be consistent. Consistency is key. I know a lot of people say that, but it's very true. Even if you don't get the views, the recognition, people acknowledge your consistency. There are people that I don't follow. There are people that may not be my type of niche of content, but I see them a lot. And I will go through their page and I'm like, they be on it. It may not be my cup of tea, but I respect your consistency. There are people who I didn't follow at first, but because they were consistent, I was like, let me see what y'all talking about. Only because they were consistent, and I respect the hustle. So yeah, so anyway, I'm not gonna go back into that. So I will catch you guys on another video.